Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be flipping through my dad's bullet journal. And I made him a bullet journal for Father's Day and I talked to him about it. And it has all of the spreads that he wanted in it. So today we're going to be flipping through that journal. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you thought. And let's get started. So here is the journal that I bought and I'm using for my dad's journal. It is actually a pretty decent size. It's not as good quality as I would get online. If you can see, the dot grid is actually pretty small and the dots are pretty light. But I do like that it is spiral bound and it's actually a pretty good quality notebook. I did find some ghosting and a little bit of bleeding from this, but it actually wasn't bad. I got this at Hobby Lobby when they had like a sale. These were like $1. I'm not quite sure if they have them anymore, but I actually enjoyed working with this notebook. So let's dive in. So the first thing I did when I was thinking about making my dad a journal is made a list of the things that I thought he would use. And I actually did talk to him about like what he would use and not, so I planned it all out. I also counted the dots so I had a reference when I needed to divide the pages and things. So I did that on this very first page. And then this cover page, I did it very simple. It just says 2021 with a key. The key is pretty straightforward. I'm realizing now I missed something. This video is definitely for me to kind of like check and make sure I got everything right. But anyway, so this is the key. It's the same as I use for my key. So just dot for task, crossed out for completed. The entire thing crossed out is canceled. An arrow to it is migrated. Diamond is event. Diamond filled in is event attended. Crossed out is canceled. A box is appointment. That is new. I've never done that before in my own journal. But box is appointment. Box filled in is attended. Crossed out is canceled. Exclamation mark is important. And a triangle is note. Now he didn't want any like doodles. He wanted it very simple. I just have like a color scheme for each month. So I have a future log here. And the color to highlight this is the color that I use for every month. And then there is just the mini calendars. And then he will be able to fill in and highlight and figure out what he has to do in the future months. So this here, I did make a mistake. That is glued in. I made a mistake on the calendar. And so I had to glue a new one in. But that's just how I fixed that mistake. So starting with July, everything is very simple. It's all the same. There's really nothing extremely interesting with this setup. Basically, it's just the title page. I did use a different kind of font for each month. And then the calendar here. So he will flip it like this, and that is how he will use the calendar. He wanted a nice big calendar so he can fill in the things that he has to do and dates, etc. So every single setup is the same. The spread is like the exact same. So habit tracker is this vertical layout. He will write the habit going like vertical like that. And then he will fill in like when he did it or not. And there's a lot of space here for him to do like a bunch of different habits. So sleep tracker is, it has the hours of the day across the top and then the day going down the side. And he will put a dot and a line and back to the dot on the hours that he slept. And down here he can figure out what his ideal sleeping time is. Water log, he can track how much water he drinks. I have here 0 to 12 cups. I wasn't sure if he'd drink more than that, but if he feel like he will, he can always add more numbers there. And then there's the days going down the side. This meds tracker, I have not done in my personal bullet journal. This is something new that he wanted. He takes a lot of like medication, and so he can write the medication here and track when he takes it, and these are the days going across the side. That is the only spread that is like this side, this way. Then there are his weekly spreads. And basically, I have the mini calendar here so we can look at future events and maybe plan out a few things. The title, so like June 28th to July 4th, which is like the days, you know, that the spread is. And then these boxes are a pretty good size, so I think I kind of made a mistake. So I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know if he'll like the way that I did that, but I've done it throughout the whole notebook, so hopefully he'll get used to it. But then he can like flip it like this and have, you know, the first half of the week on this side and then the second half of the week on the other side. So then like he won't be having to flip back and forth, and he can have it kind of condensed. So this is the same weekly spread throughout the entire notebook. This is the one that I use, and it's the same throughout the entire notebook. So August, I did a red, and you see I changed up the font, but the calendar is the same. All of the trackers are the same. See here, I made a mistake quite a few times when I was writing the numbers. So like I did to 12, and then I went 13 up on the sleep tracker. Like for the hours, I was supposed to change it to 1, you know? So I messed that up, so I had to do that, but it's okay. It looks fine. But it's the exact same. And then the weekly spreads are all the same except for the font. September, I had a little bit more of a funky font with a teal color as the theme, or the color scheme. And it all is the same again. He wanted it very simple, so sometimes for beginners, spreads can get confusing, changing them up a lot, so I just kept them the same. Hopefully he will enjoy using this. And yeah, for October, I kind of tried to do a few of the colors along with the like months theme or the color scheme, you know, of the season. So like when you think October, I kind of think orange because of fall. So that is why I have the color scheme orange for that month. It's all the exact same. Except for the font, I did more of a calligraphy font. November, I did a red theme, and I'm not quite sure, like, there was really not much reasoning behind it, except for I kind of thought about Thanksgiving, and then I tried to do a font that was kind of more wavy. It kind of turned out the same as October, but I think it's okay. Then for December, of course, I had to do a green color scheme because, you know, Christmas. So it is the exact same, you know, there's really not much to talk about here. So it's all the same. And then I did go into January, just like the second to finish out the month. But this book has a lot of pages left, so if he wanted to have the first half of 2022 in here, he totally could. I could make that for him. I also did want to note, so most of the monthly like calendars had 5 weeks in them, but one, I think it was October, had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so this had 6, and it kind of messed up my like grid spacing for the spread. I figured it out, just these 2 boxes are a little bit shorter than the rest of them, but you really don't notice when you just look at the spread. So that is actually it for this journal. If you guys want to buy this dotted notebook, I will try to find it online and maybe link it down below, but if I can't, I will let you know in the description. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I do have a website up, so if you guys want to check that out, it will also be linked down below. Oh, and the only stationery that I used for this video are, well, I used this PN Pigma Micron PN. It's the plastic nib. And then I used a Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen, an eraser, and then a mod liner for the color scheme. Like, all the colors were all Crayola Super Tips or Zebra mod liners. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, again, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what you thought about the journal. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.